So remember how I said in my last deck profile I didn't anticipate Konami was going to do anything that would impact the deck? Hello, impact to the deck. What's up YouTube, Webbers5 here, coming at you today with the update to my Endymion profile. Compliments now that we have the new Selene. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the profile, but before I do, standard shoutouts as always. So I want to give out shoutouts to new subscribers of Tumia Adem, DNS Zexel, Alonso Altamarino, Josh Davies, Max Headroom, and James Paisley. Thank you guys for subscribing, you're the reason my channel's growing stronger. And also I want to give another shout out that I forgot to do in my last deck profile. Shoutouts to my man Aaron Henman for setting me up with my Starlight Appaloosa and several other cards. Thank you so much, man, I really appreciate it. And now without further ado, let's get into the profile. Okay guys, so starting the profile off, the Endymion package currently looks like 3 Mighty Master, 1 Servant, the basic stuff, then the other options, 2 Reflection and 2 Magister. 2 Reflection because double bounce if you can summon one off the other, which is really good, and then Magister as your extender. I've cut them down to 2 because frankly with the amount of with Mythical Institution being a very easy searcher that lets you recover from the extra deck, I didn't really feel the need to play 3, and I needed to make space for some other stuff. Mythical Beast package, 3 Cerberus as the searcher, 2 Jackal King as the negate and extender, 1 of Baby Jackal as free spell counters as a scale or float one out of the deck, and then 1 Garuda for disruption, because still a well-timed Garuda can shut down your opponent's turn, and then the back row snipe's also pretty good as well. And then other monsters I'm playing, 1 Blue Boy, Spellbook Engine, 3 Magician Souls, because with Selene summons stuff from grave, so he's a really great setup for that. And also the draw effect's pretty useful as well. You can sack additional spells, like once per turn spells that you've got in your hand, and then just get free draws out of it. And then the last additional non-pendulum spellcaster that I'm playing, this is a Selene combo piece, 1 Gravekeeper Shaman. So for those who don't know what Shaman does, it's it's a level 6 spellcaster, so you can send it off the Magician's Souls and then special summon it back with Selene. Shaman's main effect is that it negates monster effects that activate in the graveyard, except for Gravekeeper's monsters. So that's pretty much 90% of the meta. And then also guys, if you're playing Necro Valley, in tandem with Necro Valley, she says, if Necro Valley is on the field, your opponent can't activate field spell cards. Also, field spell cards can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So this and Necro Valley is basically an auto win against Invoked Shaddoll, or pretty much any other matchup that's involving the grave, or requires their field spell to function. So she's really great like that. The unfortunate part is that her stats aren't great at 15 each, but with Necro Valley it pumps that to 2k. But even so, that's not great, but still, I really like her as an option. That's it for the monsters. Going into the spells, so starting with the main ones, search spells, 3 Mastery and 3 Institution. Mastery actually just searches an Endymion card, then you put spell counters. Institution could search anything with a spell anything that can hold a spell counter, and get spell counters whenever a mythical beast is destroyed. To complete the spellbook package, 2 secrets, 1 knowledge. People are finding that this is the best ratio. I'm in agreement with it. If I see one, because frankly, if I would see one, because I want knowledge, secrets, and blue boy, preferably in the deck, so I can do Crowley. If I see the extra secrets, it's not so bad, because if I can't resolve the Crowley off of it, then at least it's got another target as well. And furthermore, again, because I play Magician Souls, if I hit multiple of if I can still hit the engine and the souls, well, I've got a free spell that I can get rid of. Field spells that I'm playing. So, terraforming, still keeping within my set rotation as well, because I'm still finding this is working. And then my field spell choices: 2 Citadel, 1 Necro Valley, 1 Secret Village. While Necro Valley can conflict with Selene, I can just, if I do it off the set rotation or if I've got it in my hand, I can always just do Selene first to get my res, then play the Necro Valley. And then my opponent shut up. And then naturally, guys, Secret Village is good against spell matchups as well. And then Citadel is generic. Draw spells, playing 2 Desires and 1 Upstart Goblin. I put Upstart back in because Selene likes having spells in grave, and this is a very easy spell to just get in the grave. And then Desires just because probably best draw spell right now. And then the last cards in my spells: 2 Instant Fusion, because Selene gives options to a couple of good extra deck spellcasters, which I'll get to in a moment. Okay, so that's it for the main deck. Going into the extra deck, so starting off with the one Selene, the main reason I'm doing the profile update. So Selene, she's amazing. So she's generic for the deck, she just requires 2+ monsters including a spellcaster, which essentially the entire deck is. She gains spell counters equal to the number of spells on the field and in the graves upon summon, which is why the spellbook engine's really good, because it sets up spells. Your scales count as well, and then everything else that you've got. And so her effect is, you can, during either main phase, you can remove 3 spell counters from your field. Doesn't have to be just from herself, can be anywhere. And then she specs a spellcaster from hand or grave in defense to a zone that she points to, which is really good. So that gives so many good disruption options, and she's a link 3 that points completely down, so that gives you full extra deck options for when you do your Pendulum summon as well. Next, going to some of the basic stuff in the extra deck. 1 Appaloosa, negate stuff. 1 Borrow Load, rob stuff. 1 Borrow Sword, OTK stuff. Crowley, spellbook engine, sets up Selene perfectly. Daybreaker, solid backup link. Then next got 2 Masquerena. She makes her a nice extra disruption option of either going into Unicorn to spend something on your opponent's turn, or if your Selene's about to be threatened, you can go into like Avramax. So yeah, IP offers good chances. You don't really need to play 2. I'm just playing 2 because I had a bit of space. There is a monster I would like to pick up for my extra deck, but I don't have it yet. But I'll get to that in a sec. So that's it for the links. Then going into Xyz, because yes, I'm actually playing Xyz again now. Playing one of the new Dark Anthelion Dragon. For those who don't know what he does, he's basically Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon on roids. So he's a generic rank 7. If you have the ability to Pendulum Summon level 7 monsters, you can Pendulum Summon this from your extra deck, so that's pretty useful. So his effect is, as a quick effect, you can detach 1 material, halve a monster's stats, and halve a monster's attack, and gain it. So as I said, he's a quick play Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. But unlike Xyz Dragon, he only gains the stats until the end of the turn. But that kind of balances it out because he's slightly stronger. And then like all extra deck pendulums, he's got the effect if he dies in the monster zone, you can scale him. And while he's in the scale, he's got the same pendulum effect as Black Fang Magician. Target a monster, halve its points. But unlike Black Fang Magician, it doesn't destroy himself. And he's a scale 10. So now we can Pendulum Summon back that Master Cerberus if we feel like it. So yeah, that's pretty nice as well. Hopefully going to try this out. Hopefully it's going to prove useful. Okay, that was a pretty big explanation on an Xyz monster. Now let's talk about an Xyz monster that needs minimum explanation. 1 Absolute Dragon, because he summons the 1 Vortex, who is a negate. Simple as. And then my instant fusion targets. So this first one's a pretty obvious one. Thousand Eyes Restrict, absorb a monster, then link off with it. Furthermore, if you're ever worried about getting OTK'd and you've got Selene on the field and restricting your grave, you just go, end of main phase, effective Selene, remove 3, special summon restrict, now you can't attack. Which is pretty useful. Yeah. So yeah, Selene being able to recur this is absolutely insane. There's some other interesting stuff that you can do with restrict in terms of this deck, but I'm planning to get to that in a separate video. And then my other instant fusion targets, 1 Winder, because if I time Selene against an effect that lets my opponent special summon, I can just drop Winder. That's my opponent's special summon used up. I mean, naturally, it's not completely great because Selene has to summon in defense. Winder's defense isn't exactly great. However, if you have the Garuda in hand when you do this, because of how the chain link works, you resolve Winder, they resolve their special summon, and then the last thing that happens was a summon, then you can do Garuda and bounce it, so that their 1 special summon is used up. You could also, depending on the matchups, naturally you can shotgun the Winder at a random point to try and bait your opponent out of special summoning, or try to force them into using their normal summon to attack over it. But still, it's just an option. We'll see. So that's it, and that's the extra deck. For those wondering about my side deck, so it hasn't changed too much, but playing 3 Gizmak Kaku. I really like him because he's a combination of Pankratops in terms of an easy special summon and Thousand Eyes Restrict over absorbing monsters. And he's a 2750, which isn't terrible. The other advantage I like about Gizmak Kaku is that he can turn Magician Souls into a +1, because you just go, special summon this, effect absorb your monster in the extra monster zone. Because cards in the spell that are equipped count as spells and traps, you just go, effect Magician Souls, send your equip, and I get to draw a card off of it. So you get to draw out of it, and you're not wasting your own resources, which is really, really fun. Naturally, Kaku is not exactly the most easy card to pick up, being a secret, but if you guys can pick him up, I'd highly recommend it. Next, I'm playing an Ice Barrier package, 1 Medium of the Ice Barrier and 2 Medallion of the Ice Barrier. So Medallion lets you rota for an Ice Barrier card, and then playing multiple of it isn't so bad, despite the fact I only have 1 target, because again, Magician Souls lets me just send away the dead one. So Medium, she's kind of like my alternative option if I don't feel the need to use Shaman, because while Shaman restricts monster effects, Medium can restrict spells and traps. So Medium states, while it's face up on the field, your opponent can activate a spell or trap card once per turn. So they get 1 spell trap, that kind of locks them out. And if you've got negates on board with Endymion, your opponent's really trying to think it out. She's also a level 7, so she also adds Xyz plays as well. Next on my side, 3 Lightning Storm, board wipe. Simple as. Oops. Then 2 Cosmic Cyclone. It's just an additional back row disruption, and also I kind of like it for going first. 1 red reboot, despite it being 1, I'd rather have it than not. And then finally, 3 infinite impermanents, just for additional monster effect negates. It's really useful going first and second, so I think it's a really good shout at the moment. Just got reprinted in Duel Overload as well, and it's not actually too expensive right now. I think I checked in the UK, this card, the reprint is hyping at about £15, which isn't terrible. So, easily being able to pick it up now, so yeah. If you guys can pick up Imperms, naturally Imperm's always been good, so yeah, I'd recommend trying it out. Okay guys, so that was the profile. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe as always, and if you've already subscribed, you can always hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload. Also, feel free to subscribe to my other group channel of Team Sorcerers. We should be doing some more content within the next few weeks, like including our 100 pack openings, which is coming up, so look forward to that. And guys, for the next update that I'll be doing for this deck will probably be after the Master Rule revision. I know that's what I said last time, but we got Selene in that time, so I had to give an update. So I probably won't be doing another update until the new Master Rule revision,
or until such time I figure out how to incorporate Halka Fibrax into the build. But even that's so, I probably will do one after the Masteral revision. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Webbers5, and if you're already subscribed, feel free to hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload.